Okay, so the third module in this program is active listening skill. So we have learned earlier in the morning session that many people communicate, but they don't communicate effectively. So how do you communicate effectively? Yeah, we communicate effectively, yeah, by making sure that the person receiving our message has received and understood the message as how we want the message to be understood. Ya, maksudnya dia menerima dengan lengkap mesej yang kita sampaikan seperti mana kita mahu maksud kita difahami oleh orang yang mendengar. Contohnya, jika saya mahu anda mengemaskan store B hari ini, maka yang dia perlu faham dan buat adalah untuk mengemas store B hari ini. Kalau yang dia faham mengemas store B esok, salah. Kalau dia faham mengemas store D hari ini pun salah. Kalau dia dengar untuk mencuci store B hari ini pun salah juga. Jadi semua maklumat tu lengkap perlu diterima dan kemudiannya kita nak pastikan kerja ataupun tugasan itu dilakukan pada waktu yang kita mahu ianya dilakukan. So that is the meaning of effective presentation. We want our message to be understood and to be taken action as how we want it to be as a sender, ya. Seperti mana kita mahu ianya. Alright, so we have already gone through speaking skills. So in order to ensure the effectiveness of what we say, of the instructions we have delivered, so a good presenter or a good communicator will ask the audience or the person listening to repeat the message. Okay, so as a communicator, if you want your message to be effective, so you need to ask the receiver to repeat the message. Okay, if the receiver is a better communicator than the speaker or the sender, then the listener should take over the communication session by asking the sender to repeat. Dia dua je, sama ada orang yang menyampaikan itu penyampai suruh penerima untuk ulang balik apa yang telah disampaikan dan untuk memastikan yang apa yang telah disampaikan itu benar-benar seperti apa yang telah disampaikan, ataupun pilihan yang kedua adalah jika orang yang menerima yang lebih mahir berkomunikasi, maka orang yang menerima pula yang meminta orang yang menyampaikan itu untuk ulang balik apa yang telah disampaikan. Jadi dua. Yeah, so either the sender asks the receiver to repeat or the receiver asks the sender to repeat. Depends on who is a more effective communicator or who is a better communicator. Okay, so that's about speaking. However, there's another dimension to communication. The other dimension to communication is active listening. Active listening, yeah. A study conducted by the University of Harvard in the 1920s, they have discovered to the shock that people who are hearing, don't listen very well. They only hear 20% of what has been delivered to them. Yeah, so not very effective. Listening is not very effective, yeah. You hear, you only understand 20% of what you hear. Yeah. Jadi all the rest is a waste of effort. In the right ear, out the left ear. Masuk telinga kanan, keluar telinga kiri. Yeah. Kerana the person who is listening is not paying attention. So the person who is listening need to pay more attention to the person speaking, and he or she can improve the listening rate by following the following tips for active listening. Okay, so if you use the method of active listening, then you can dramatically improve your listening ability so that you can understand more things that is being told to you. Okay, itu bezanya listening and active listening. Listening only, you only understand 20%. Active listening, you can understand more than 80%. Okay, so that is why it is an important communication dimension, listening. Okay, so what is active listening? So what are the elements of active listening? Number one, of course, if you want to listen actively, then you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to what has been said, to what's being told to you. You need to pay attention. So how do you pay attention to what is being told to you? Bagaimana kita memberi perhatian kepada apa perkara yang sedang disampaikan kepada kita? How do you pay attention? Okay, so you pay attention, by looking in the direction of the speaker. Jadi kalau ada orang sedang bercakap-cakap kepada kita, look at him or her. Look at him or her. Jangan pandang kiri, jangan pandang kanan. So if you want to understand 100% what has been said to you, you need to look at the person who is speaking. Pandang arah orang yang sedang bercakap, which is pay attention to you. Okay. Number two, while you are paying attention to the speaker or the presenter, you need to nod occasionally. Jadi dari masa ke semasa angguklah. Angguklah, okay? Because a report has also proven that people who were nodding while they were listening also will be able to understand and retain more attention. Jadi angguk-angguklah. Angguk-angguk, Okay. If the situation is suitable, then you should also smile in the direction of the speaker. Okay. Jadi kalau keadaannya adalah sesuai, maka kita perlu senyum dan pandang ke arah orang yang sedang menyampaikan. Okay. Smile if it is suitable. However, don't smile all the time. Jangan senyum sentiasa daripada awal hingga akhir. So that is not active listening. Senyum, senyum, senyum aja. No, it's not like that. Jadi bila keadaannya memerlukan untuk kita serius, kita jangan senyum. Bila kita menerima berita yang kurang baik pun jangan senyum. Okay, jangan senyum. Alright. Ada sesiapa ke yang ada kamera di sini? Is there anyone with a camera here? Is there anyone who can switch on the camera? Is there anyone with a camera and microphone? Ada ke tidak ada? Okay. So how do you practice doing this? Sumaz. 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 Mana Sumaz ni? Sam ke Sum? Hello? Hello? Khairil?
Encik Azmi, sorry Cik Azmi. Cik
Yeah.
Azmi.
Yeah. Are you
Cik
there?
Azmi panggil saya.
Yeah.
Sumira ni.
Sumaira?
Sumira.
Sumera, ya.
Ya.
Okay, Sumera.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, participate ya.
Okay.
Okay, Sumera. Okay, Sumera. I want you to do two things for me, ya.
Okay.
Okay, first, okay, I want you to tell me good news. Good news lah, cerita lah. Kawan kita nak kawan kita Mandy ke, siapa lah, Syahir ke nak kahwin ke, bila tarikh dia kahwin ke, macam tu ya. Okay. So I want you to repeat 2 kali ya, 2 versi. Okay, boleh tak?
Okay, boleh.
Boleh eh? Okay. Okay. So merah eh. Okay, sekejap eh.
Cik Azmi, ada yang mereka tak ada mikrofon tau, nak participate tapi boleh tak
Macam mana nak participate kalau tak ada mikrofon? So you ada mikrofon, you participate lah. Kena cakap. Macam mana nak menulis?
Tulis
Kalau menulis kita buatlah writing skills. Ini bukan writing skills. Ini communicating skills kan?
Cinta.
Okay. Okay, boleh mula? Okay. Cik Azmi, cakaplah.
Okay, Cik Azmi. So I'm from RS department, Regulatory Sciences department. We have one member. The name, her name is Sharifah. She will married in May. In this May 2022, right? So
dia kahwin bulan Mei ni ya?
So this is a good news for us.
So we can. Is she marry someone we know?
In Biocon also.
In Biocon also. Wow.
In Biocon also. And then the
wedding
is in Negeri Sembilan. So we
Negeri
can go
Sembilan
there.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is good news.
Yes, of course, good news. Can you repeat the good news to me?
Okay.
Second version ya.
Okay, there's a new click from RS department. Her name is Sharifah. Will married with Biocon staff also.
Ya Allah. Dia nak kahwin Biocon staff. Bila?
In May.
Ya
this year.
Allah.
So version dan lain sikit lah. Sama mana?
Dia kahwin bila?
Mei 2022.
Ya. Dia kahwin kat mana nanti?
In Negeri Sembilan.
Negeri Sembilan? Okay. So, apa beza versi pertama dengan versi kedua?
Intonation, cara ayat, susunan.
Sama ayat saya sama je.
Lain lah sikit kan.
Apa yang lainnya?
Maksudnya lagi faham. Masa mula mungkin tak jelas. So kedua sepatutnya lebih jelas.
Dia tengok tak muka I macam mana? Okay, buatlah sekali versi pertama sekali lagi.
Tak ingat. Versi pertama.
Tak apa yang kahwin. Tengok muka I. Just pay attention to my face, okay?
Okay.
Versi pertama. Okay, Cik Azmi cakap.
Cik Azmi, okay. Macam ni, dia tak ingat lah Cik Azmi. Okay.
Alah, ada orang nak kahwin tu. Cakap je lah. Okay, lain sekali.
Okay. In our department, RS, Reproductive Sciences, so there is a new member. Nama dia, her name is Sharifah. Will be married with
dia nak berkahwin. Kahwin dengan siapa?
Dengan staff Biocon juga.
Dengan staff Biocon.
In May 2022.
In May ya. Okay. Okay, kali kedua. Versi kedua pula. Sama, ayat sama.
Ayat sama So there is a new team member from RS department. which is Sharifah. Will be married with
Dia nak apa? Dia nak apa?
Nak kahwin.
Nak kahwin? Maksud?
Kahwin. This is a good news lah.
Nak kahwin? Kahwin siapa?
Kahwin dengan staff dekat Biocon juga.
Oh iya?
Pada bulan Mei 2022.
Bulan Mei?
Bulan Mei.
Okay.
Nak exact date ke? So nak tanya dengan Sharifah.
Okay, tak apa. Okay. So what's the difference first version and second version?
Sama kan? Tadi kata sama je.
Ya Allah, you tak tengok Ami yang muka ke?
Oh, muka ke dia?
Tak ada kamera ke apa? Tak dapat muka I?
Tengok. Muka macam tak interested pun.
No. What is the difference between the first version and the second version?
Okay, first biasa je, yang second interested macam nak tahu, and then bagi
second one macam interested nak tahu. Khairil, kenapa Khairil? Khairil, apa beza Khairil? My first version dan second version Khairil? Khairil? Ya. Apa bezanya versi pertama dengan versi kedua? Come on. Versi pertama nampak happy. Versi kedua? Macam layan tak layan. Macam marah pula orang nak kahwin ni. Betul tak?
Macam tak percaya.
Macam tak percaya, macam marah. Bukan ke marah tu. Ke tak cukup marah tu muka I. Okay. So nampak dua versi kan. So Sumera
Okay. Ya, betul.
Okay, Sumera tadi dalam versi pertama kan, dia menyampaikan berita orang akan berkahwin. Saya senyum, menunjukkan saya happy kan. Yang versi kedua, berita yang sama, saya senyum ke tidak? Tak senyum kan. Jadi menunjukkan saya marah dan sebagainya kan. Jadi senyum ni berhati-hatilah. Ya, jadi bila orang bercakap, kita perlu mengimbas berita yang disampaikan. You must mirror the message that was being delivered to you and show the right facial expression. Kan, barulah kita menjiwai apa yang kita sedang dengar. What we are listening. So tadi bila kita dengar happy news tadi, menjiwai itu kita senyumlah happy news kan. Yang kedua tu nampak macam kurang menjiwai lah. Sebab berita baik. Orang berkahwin tapi nampak muka marah. Kita tak suka pula orang tu nak berkahwin kan. Okay, so once again, I would like to remind you through the role play that I have demonstrated to you. So in order for you to practice active listening, so other than nodding, mengangguk-angguk, kita pun perlu untuk menggunakan gerakan muka yang sesuai. Gerakan muka yang sesuai ni ada dua lah. Dua lah, sama ada smile ataupun frown to show seriousness. Frown to indicate seriousness. Okay, ada saya tukar tu sikit. Okay, so sekali lagi ya. Okay, so how do you pay more attention to the person who is sending the message? Okay, selain daripada ngangguk-ngangguk and either to smile or to frown. Okay, in relation to the message that was delivered to you. The third thing that you can do when you are applying active listening to understand more, to let you hear more, is to punctuate, by using words such as sounds such as bila mendengar, bukan bila cakap, bila mendengar. Oh, oh iya, aha, oh, gitu, okay. Right? And then the final tip is if you are listening actively, so you should also ask questions to confirm. Yeah, ask questions to confirm the details of the message that you were listening to. Okay. Okay, jadi siapa yang ada ni? Who is here? All right. Mandis?
Yes.
Mandis?
Yes.
Okay, right. Can you imagine that I am a new recruit that has arrived for the first day at work in your department? What department are you, Mandis?
SCM.
SCM apa? What is SCM?
Supply chain planning.
Supply chain planning, yeah? Okay. So I want you to tell me, okay, to give me 3 tasks that I should do on my first day at work. So I'm the new recruit, yeah? First day, yeah? And you are my supervisor, Mandis. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm looking for Miss Mandis Tan.
Yes,
Is she here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Miss Tan, I'm Azmi. I am the new recruit sent to your department. This is my first day at work. Is there anything that you'd like me to do?
For Biocon, actually for new incomers, the first thing they need to do is to read the SOP first, then get certified. Then they just can start to perform the job. Mr. Azmi?
Yeah?
Listening?
Yes?
Are you listening what I'm talking just now about your task?
Yes, I can hear you.
So what do I say just now? About
Wah, pandai ulang balik ya. Okay, let's do the second version, Mandy. One more time. Okay, hello, good afternoon. I'm looking for Miss Mandy Tan. This is my first day at work.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Miss Mandy. Is there anything you want me to do today?
Yeah, as newcomer, so I would like you to read the SOP first to understand.
The SOP first. You want me to read the SOP?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Miss Tan.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, read the SOP. Yes. Okay.
Second is, have you done all your orientation with HR?
No, not yet. Okay.
Okay. Third, maybe after you have done your SOP, understanding. So after that, probably I will bring you for a plant tour and introduce you to other team members.
Oh, you'll bring me to tour the plant?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, stop, yeah? Miss Tan, there were 2 versions, yeah, Mandy? 2 versions. The first version and the second version. In both versions, you were giving your instruction to the new recruit. In which version were you more annoyed?
First.
Why were you annoyed with the first version?
Because it's not paying attention.
Really? What was I doing?
Looking at the handphone.
Sama?
And doesn't listen to what as newcomer, what he need to do.
Oh, okay. So you were, as a supervisor, would you be annoyed or happy?
Definitely will be annoyed.
Okay. What about the second version?
Second version is willing to listen, more sincere, and understand what need to be done.
Were you annoyed?
No.
Oh, you were not annoyed. Okay, but what made you believe that I was paying attention?
At least from your, face expressions, your gesture, everything. Yeah.
What gestures?
Yeah, you're nodding.
Nodding. I was nodding. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's showing that you understand and listening to what I'm saying.
Other than nodding, what else did I do?
Your eye contact.
Some more? Uh-huh.
I think reaction.
What kind of reaction?
Serious, I would say.
Serious? Okay, someone? Okay, you didn't pay attention just now, Mandy. As you were giving me instruction, I was nodding my head. Was I also making noises? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you don't give me response.
Uh-huh. Did you hear me making those noises?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was nodding. I was looking at you. Eye contact. Number 2, I was nodding my head. Number 3, I was using sounds such as uh-huh. Oh, uh-huh. Okay. So those were affirmative noises. Affirmative noises telling you that I was paying attention. So that's how you knew I was paying attention, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's the 4th thing that I do that indicated to you that I was paying attention? The last thing. What was the last thing I did? Number 4.
Response.
How did I respond? How did I respond? I responded by asking questions, isn't it? So for example, you say, okay, number 3, I will take you around the plant to introduce you to other staff. Oh, you will be taking me to tour the plant. I said that, isn't it?
Yeah, last.
Remember? In fact, I did a few times earlier. You didn't catch me doing that. But that's what I was doing, okay? So I was doing all 4.
Okay.
First, pay attention.
Okay.
Number 2, right? I was nodding. Number 3, I was number 2, I was nodding. Number 3, I was making affirmative noises. Uh-huh. Oh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And finally, number 4, I asked several questions for confirmation. Yeah. Yo, you've been taking me to tour the plant. Okay. All right. So these were the 4 elements of active listening, which I have demonstrated to you. Okay. So that made the second version listener, not the first version listener, more interesting for you and easier for you to communicate.
Yeah.
Was it easy or more difficult to communicate in the first example? The first version?
Second is easier to communicate.
The second is more difficult, yeah? Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Mandy. Everybody, please clap for Mandy. Clap.
Thank you.
Siva?
Yeah. Back ready.
Yeah, where were you? I was waiting for you.
Sorry.
Luckily, Mandy and Suman were assisting you.
Actually,
play.
now my phone got 11 bar ready.
Your what has 11 bar?
Just now I'm looking through my desktop. Desktop I can see, but I can't do anything.
Oh, can't do anything.
Okay, you see, desktop I can see everyone, but unfortunately I can't do anything.
You can't do anything.
But only thing can type lah.
So you have both now, both on, yeah?
Yeah, both on because eyesight problem.
Eyesight problem. Okay, now. Okay, Siva, Mr. Siva. Now I want you to imagine that I am a recruit to your warehousing department. This is my first day at work. I want you to give me instruction. Yeah, 3 things that you want me to do in the warehouse on my first day. Okay? Hello, good afternoon. I'm looking for Mr. Siva Kumar. Is Mr. Siva Kumar here?
Yes, he's here.
Mr. Siva. I'm Azmi. This is my first day at work. Is there anything you want me to do?
Okay, currently nothing, but I would like to make a tour for you. I show you around, then there's an SOP going to be studied. Hello, hello.
Yeah, Mr. Siva.
I think you can put down your phone, whatever, then you communicate eye to me first before you, for your discussion. You should look at me, you're looking at down.
Oh, sorry. Well, you dare to school your recruit, yeah? Okay. Okay, second version. One more time.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Siva Kumar. I'm looking for Mr. Siva Kumar.
Hi, my name is Siva. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, good. This is my first day at work. Is there anything that you like me to do?
Yeah, welcome to warehouse. Okay, nothing for you to do, but before that,
nothing for me to do. Okay.
Now, but I would like to show you around first, then
complete. You want to show me around first?
Yes. So at least you're familiar with the current place, what you need to do, where is your sitting position, how everything.
Oh, okay. So you're taking me around first.
Then I need to introduce you to the entire team also.
And introduce me to the team.
Yeah. And I will raise it for you. So what is your description?
Okay, stop. Thank you very much, Mr. Siva. So we have the first version, we have the second version. Which version was easier for you to talk to?
Very tough, because A vision is just very simple. A vision is very simple. You just come sit, nothing to do for you now.
No, which was more difficult for you to communicate? The first version or the second version?
The first version.
The first version was easier for you to communicate.
No, very tough for me to communicate.
Oh, tough for you to communicate in the first version. Why?
Because he's not looking at me and not looking at me. He's just around, so his intention is missing. Maybe he's focusing some other thing. Yeah, playing phone lagi.
Playing phone lagi. Okay. So what is the difference now? The second version was easier to communicate, right?
Yes.
Why was it easier for you to communicate in the second version?
Because eye contact is there. He also focusing on what I'm going to deliver to him.
Correct.
So he will understand what he need to talk.
How do you know I was paying attention to you other than the eye contact?
Because you're nodding, yes.
Nodding, some more?
Some of your body language, yes, everything. And you are looking at me, not everywhere.
And also, I made noises.
Yes. Yes.
Did I make those noises? Oh, yes. Okay. I did, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And finally, I asked questions too. Oh, you'll be taking me around.
Yes, correct.
You'll be introducing me to the team.
Yes, correct.
The first one, I just kept quiet. I didn't say anything. I didn't make any noise. I didn't look at you, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So this is the second part of the jigsaw here. So the first part was speaking. So the second part was listening. It's listening, yeah? So in order to be a good communicator, because we don't speak all the time. So sometimes we hear, isn't it? We listen.
Okay.
We are on the other side. So when you are on the other side of speaking, which is listening, then you need to apply active listening skills for you to understand better and for you also to make the speaker more comfortable with you.
Yes.
And easier for the speaker to communicate to you. Okay?
Yes.
And I did that. Yes?
Yes, correct.
Correct, isn't it? Okay, it's like, for example, when we go and meet our boss. Knock on the door. No, boss. I've got a problem, boss. And then your boss, while you're speaking, boss, I've got a problem, boss. I want to tell you that your boss don't even look at you. Your boss continue typing his report on the laptop. No sound, nothing. He said, boss, I want to tell you something happened in the production plant today. Now, no reaction from your boss after you finish. He look at you. Finish. Habis. How do you feel if you have a boss like that? Do you want to go and report again?
I think so. We will keep quiet lah. Let the thing bomb up first, then come and meet us lah.
But if your boss pay more attention to you, okay. Oh, what happened? Oh, right. Was anyone injured? Okay, right. So if your boss were like that, it would be easier for you to report, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So if you want to be a good boss, where your staff will come to you to say things, to report things to you. This is very important, because as a boss, you want your staff to report things to you. Not when something bad happens, but you want your staff to come and tell you everything that goes on. Not only when someone dies, when there's a fire or explosion. That's too late already, So you want your staff to come and report to you on every single matter. So if you want your staff to do that, report to you on every single matter, then you must be a responsive listener. You must be an active listener, because people who are active listeners are easier for us to report things to, easier for us to speak to. Okay? So be a good listener, so that your staff will come and tell you things that are happening around the plant, in the plant, not when something terrible happens. Because if you do that, it'll be too late already. So when they ask, why didn't you tell me earlier that this was happening? Boss, difficult to tell you, boss. See? So you don't want that, the phrase to come out, Why didn't you tell me that this was happening in our production? Boss, difficult to tell you, boss. Very difficult to tell you. So if your staff tells you that it is very difficult to tell you, I'm very sorry. You are not a good boss, and it is very unfortunate. Your staff will only come to you when necessary, will only come to you when there's a big explosion or when someone dies. It's really too late. So this negative thing will occur, and you will be affected too. All right. So a good boss is someone that the subordinates and the staff find easy to go and speak to on anything related to the staff, related to the production. Okay. Okay. So that is if you were the boss. If you were the boss. Okay. Imagine if you were the boss. And now you were the one speaking. Just now you were the boss listening. Now you were the boss speaking. You're giving instruction to your staff. Okay, so you prefer your staff to be someone who is responsive. You want a staff who give positive feedback. Because it's easy for you to give instruction to that staff. So when you are on the other side, if you are the staff, if you want your boss to like you, then when your boss is giving instruction to you, you need to practice active listening. You just have to do that. Nod. Oh, okay. What do you mean, boss? Okay. So that is how you win over your boss. How you win over your boss and you get your boss to like you. In a meeting, in a discussion, when your boss has called you when your boss has called you to his room, and so on, So please practice active listening skill. So if you look at, once again, remember this morning I said people who are good communicators are very visible and the bosses like them, and we, the rest of us who are not like that, we don't like them, and we call them many things. We call them kaki kipas, we call them apple polisher, we call them kiss butt, we call them so many things, because we don't like them. But if you observe them when they are in a meeting, when the boss is delivering their presentation, you will observe the same thing that I've told you. So they will be paying attention to the boss. Okay? And the rest of you, when your boss is speaking, you'll be playing with the headphone, you'll be drawing things, but the one that the outstanding stuff will be leaning forward, okay, yes. Paying attention, looking at the boss. Number two, kaki kipas, what do? They also nod when the boss is saying this. Oh yes. Good. What else will the staff do when they are paying attention? They also nod and they say, oh, okay. Understand, boss. Faham, boss. Betul, boss. You're correct, boss. Very good, boss. So they say all those words. Yeah. And we look at them and say, ni kaki kipas betul. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. But they are communicating. Okay. And what is the other thing that they do? They also ask questions. They ask the boss. Oh, boss. Good, boss. What do you mean, boss? I don't understand this, boss. Can you explain, boss? Okay. So what will happen at the end of the day? At the end of the day, the boss will like you. The boss will like that person more than you. Because you just keep quiet. You don't even look. You don't even participate. You don't even want to do anything. But this other person, Siva, yes, boss. Good, boss. I like that, boss. Oh, yeah, right. Betul tak saya cakap? Betul tak saya cakap ni? Do you agree with what I said? Oh, yes, Khairil, yes. Mandy for yes. Okay, Mandy also say yes. Okay, so that is what you should do. Okay, so I don't ask you to be kaki kipas, aircon, and so on. But what I want you to do is, I want you to be a better communicator. How to be a better communicator? By being more responsive, by listening actively. Okay, and how do you do that? As I've said just now, pay attention. Ooh, nod the head and ask questions. Right? That's how you win your boss's heart, and that's how you get to be more visible in your organization. Okay, good. So that is what we call active listening. It works both ways. Okay, it works both ways. It works when you are listening to your boss. It also works when your staff and subordinate is speaking to you. In the office, sometimes you also have our colleague who is very popular. Can you imagine people who are very popular in your office? I'm sure you have, isn't it? Yeah, some people are naturally popular. So if you observe them, perhatikan, if you observe them, these people who are popular in the office, how do they become popular? Popular among the other staff. Do they become popular because they speak a lot? Or are they popular because they were or they are a good listener? Which one? Speak a lot? Talk a lot? Those are visible. I'm talking about popular now. People who are popular. People who has a lot of friends in the office. So normally, if you observe them, they are people who are very good listeners. They don't speak a lot, but they are very good listeners. Yeah, someone is speaking to them all the time. Okay, sometimes even the bosses, yeah, will speak to them because they are good listeners. Yeah, so People who are good listeners are very popular. So if you want to be popular in the office, popular with your bosses, you have to be good listeners too. Yeah. Do you agree with what I've told you? Okay, so be a good listener. Let's look at our family ties. Family ties. Why do wives and girlfriends often nag? Nagging. Nagging ni cakap orang bahasa Melayu apa? Nagging, ya? What is nagging in BM? Forgot already what's the word. Nagging, nagging. Bebel, yeah, membebel, correct, Khairil. Okay, why do wives and girlfriends nag a lot? Kenapa mereka ni kerap membebel? Why? Why do they nag a lot? Okay, let's start with this. What is nagging? What is nagging? Correct. Okay, Mandy, correct. Okay, you're right, Mandy. Okay, so what is nagging first, yeah? Nagging is when someone keeps giving the same instruction over and over again. The same instruction, same instruction, same instruction, same instruction, over and over again. For example, I want you to throw the rubbish. I want you to take out the rubbish. Please take out the rubbish. Why are you not taking out the rubbish? Can you take out the rubbish now? Please take out the rubbish. I've told you many times already. Please take out the rubbish. Itu nagging lah. Contoh nagging kan. Take out the rubbish kan. Now why do they repeat the same instruction? Take out the rubbish, take out the rubbish, take out the rubbish over and over and over again. Many, many times. And Mandy said that just now. She wrote in the chat box. Because no reaction from the man. Because men. Yeah, why? Men. What's the problem with men normally? Men, when the wife or the girlfriend give instruction, what do they normally do? What do they normally do when the wife or the girlfriend is speaking to them or giving them instruction? What do they normally do? They'll be reading the Facebook message. Okay, they'll be playing, they'll be doing something else. They'll be watching the TV. They will be reading the newspaper. They'll be playing with the phone. They'll be playing games. They'll be playing the PlayStation 4, PS4. So what are they doing? Are they paying attention? No, they are not paying attention. So when they are not paying attention, so the wife or the girlfriend, when she gives an instruction, she has no confidence that the man has listened and understood the instruction. So when they doubt the man or the wife has understood the instruction, so what do? They repeat the instruction again. One more time. I want to tell you, please take out the rubbish. Abang, I want to tell you again. Take out the rubbish. Take out the rubbish. Yeah, correct. You listen, you hear, but you don't listen. Okay, you hear, but you don't listen. So I got a tip here for guys. If you want to stop your wife or your girlfriend from nagging non-stop, so what you should do is when they speak to you, please, when they speak to you, Abang, I have something to tell you. Yes, sayang. Nak cakap apa? If you're holding a handphone, put down the handphone. If you are reading the newspaper, put down the newspaper. If you are watching football, take the control and switch off the TV. If you are playing games, pause the game. And then look at your wife. If your wife is on this side, look at your wife. Yes, sayang. Buang sampah ya. Okay. Nanti saya buang sampah. I'll take out the rubbish. Okay. I'll take out the rubbish. I guarantee you, your wife or your girlfriend will not ask you the same instruction again, at least for 12 hours. Okay, tapi lepas 12 jam after 12 hours, still you haven't taken out rubbish. Abang cakap abang nak buang sampah, pergilah buang sekarang. Oh, okay. Okay, so that is how you reduce the amount of nagging in your house. Okay, people nag, wife, mother-in-law. So they all nag because we don't pay attention to them when they are giving instruction. So if you want to stop them from nagging, so when they speak to you, when they give instruction to you, don't be distracted. Switch off, put down, and look at them when they are speaking. Look at them. Right? So that's the first thing. Second thing, remember at the beginning of this training, I gave you a statistic of divorce in wilayah persekutuan in KL. The statistic that said in 2017, there were 30,000 divorce cases in wilayah persekutuan. 80% of the divorce cases stated that lack of communication, stated that miscommunication was the source of the reason for divorce. The reason for divorce. Miscommunication, I already told you earlier, how to avoid miscommunication. Now, the second thing is lack of communication. So how do you avoid or prevent the problem of lack in communication? So if you want to avoid lacking in communication or eliminate this, so whenever your partner, regardless whether your wife or your husband is speaking to you, please pay attention. Please look. Macam tu lah. Oh, kesiannya. Okay, so pay attention. Use active listening skills so that your wife know, your husband know that they are speaking to them, that you are speaking to them. Okay, so do this. So this is how, but even if you are not a big speaker, if you don't speak a lot, but by becoming a good listener, that's enough. Okay, to cover the problem of not speaking enough. How do you do? By listening more, by doing more listening. Okay, so how do you listen more? As I've said just now, by applying the elements of active listening. All right, now this is a real problem. For example, you have a wife, okay, and if you don't pay attention to your wife when she is speaking, your wife may speak to other men, either Facebook or Instagram or WeChat or WhatsApp or office calling or the boss. So if she finds someone who pays more attention to her than you, then your wife or girlfriend will fall in love with that person. Why? Because that person is a better listener than you. Okay, same thing, ladies. If you have a husband or have a boyfriend, right? So if they speak to you, please stop cooking, stop chopping the vegetable, put down the knife, and turn to your husband, look at your husband, and listen to what your husband has to say. If you don't do that, if you say, "Bang, jangan kacau bang, tengah masak lah. Bang, jangan kacau bang, letih lah, nak basuh pinggan lah. Bang, jangan kacau lah bang, letih lah, kerja banyak lah bang, ngantuk lah dah." So if you avoid communication by doing this, so we are afraid, that your husband, okay, may find elsewhere or someone else who is more attentive and pay more attention to you. So pay more attention to them. So that's why many of these instances occur when the partner is lacking in communication. It's more like lacking in attention actually, yeah? So if you want to avoid that, so when you're either your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend is speaking to you, stop doing whatever that you're doing and pay more attention. Okay, because you don't want, for example, if you don't pay attention to your husband, you don't want your husband to find someone else who is paying more attention to him. For example, the divorcee, janda pula, janda mana pula nak dengar. Then you fall in love with that divorcee or janda. Don't want that to happen, yeah? Or the other thing is, if you have children, you also want to pay attention to them by practicing active listening. Yeah. Oh, okay nak. Oh, kat sekolah macam tu. Oh, kat college. Your lecturer said this. So these are the stories that they will tell you. So pay attention to what they are telling you. Okay? Because if they try to tell you things and you have no time for them and you don't pay attention to what they are saying, then they'll find someone else. They'll find a boyfriend, they'll find a girlfriend, they'll find friends, okay? And people who will pay attention to you. Okay, if you have a daughter, then you don't want your daughter to find someone, an older man who is paying more attention to her. Because if that happens, then your daughter may run away with that older man. So you don't want that to happen. Okay, so that is why it is very important for you to use active listening skills when you are paying when another person or a family member is speaking to you. Okay, now do you agree with what I've just told you? Do you agree with what I've just told you? Yeah, Kyra said yes. What about the rest of you? What about the rest of you? Mandy. Okay, good, Mandy. Okay, so ultimately, we are all human beings, yeah? We're all human beings and we need communication, ultimately. So regardless whether you're at home, regardless whether you are in the office, we're still human beings. So please practice active listening and good things will happen to you. Okay, as I said, one, pay attention and look at the sender. Okay, avoid speaking to other people. Don't be distracted by the environment, by your device, and so on. Yeah. Do not argue with the listener. Number two, show that you are listening. Not use the right facial expression. Oh, okay. These are affirmative noises, yeah. Okay, okay. This is what we call affirmative noises. Now, if you observe the older generation when they're speaking, yeah, if you observe the older generation when they're speaking back in your hometown, back in your kampung, okay, observe them speaking in the afternoon over a cup of coffee or kropo or whatever. You will notice that when they speak, they use a lot of these affirmative noises. Oh, iya, oh, gitu, oh, They use a lot of these noises. Do you agree? Do you agree? Then the older generation, when they speak, they use a lot of these noises. Do you agree? Sometimes. Okay, Kyril, maybe you say sometimes, but even that sometimes is more than what we do. You see, the problem is our generation, we have lost the art of great conversations. All right? We have lost the art of making great conversations compared to the older generation. Because the older generation, they communicate a lot orally. So they have very good conversational skills. But we have very poor conversational skills. Yeah. We just speak to each other for 3 minutes, that's it. We speak to each other for 5 minutes, that's it. You cannot even speak to each other for half an hour. Right? But the older generation can. Okay, that is because they have a lot of practice speaking to each other. Yeah, and they are not only good speakers, but they are also good listeners. Right? But unfortunately, we are not. Why? Because we have lost that art of conversation. Because we do a lot more communication over the handphone, using WhatsApp. We use IG, we use Telegram, we use Facebook. So we write. Yeah. Sometimes today we don't even write. We just use emoticons, smiley faces, crying face, laughing face, yeah, angry face, sticker. So we let the sticker and and emoticons speak on our behalf. We don't even type. Okay, so can you imagine the next generation after us, how they will be communicating? They'll be communicating using stickers and emoticons only. Then they will have lost the art of language. Yeah, they will lose the art of language. So now we still have language. We have just lost the art of conversation. Okay, so what I'm asking you is to go back to the past and recover that lost art. So recover that lost art, the art of making conversation, the art of good listening, active listening, so that people find you someone who is easy to speak to. People find you someone who is comfortable to speak to, someone who is trusted. Then they will tell you many things. Yeah, they will tell you many things. Things about their life, personal life, things about their professional life. They talk to you about production problems, maintenance issues, stock issues, production issues, supply issues, so many things they will be telling you and sharing with you. And when people find it easy and comfortable to speak to you because you're a good listener, you become very popular in the office. You become very popular in the family. Yeah. So when you become very popular in the family, you become more popular in the office. So good things will happen to you. Yeah, because people who are popular are naturally visible. So when they are visible, as I've said earlier, easier for you to be promoted. So that's another step. Yeah. So people who we call kaki kipas, polisher, poyo, yeah, aircon, and all those things, they are not, don't look at them in the negative light. Look at them in the positive light. They are not negative, they are positive. They are good and better communicators than us. That's all. Okay, so other than showing that you are listening, you also give feedback. Oh, that's good. Ah, that's a good idea. Great idea, boss. Oh, we like that. Hey, you are very clever, son. So that's good feedback. Okay, and ask questions. What did you get? What did your boss tell you? What happened next? So give feedback as well as ask questions. All right. Any question? Any question that you like to share with me? Anything you want to know? Anything you want to ask? Any experience that you like to share? Ada tak? Ada tak? Is there anything? Is there anything that you like to share? No. Okay. Do you fully agree with everything that I have told you so far? Do you fully agree 100% with what I've told you so far? Agree. Okay, very good that you agree. Okay, now agreeing alone is not going to do you any good. Yeah. So it is only of good use to you if you agree that you start practicing this and applying this. So you need to practice and apply this. Well, we have a constraint, unfortunately, because we couldn't practice. Okay, because most of you are without the microphone. Okay, but I hope you will remember my tips and apply them. Start applying them. Okay, use it. And as you continue to apply them, it will become a habit. So like now, whenever I speak or whenever someone speaks to me, as I listen, I will be nodding my head. Okay, I will make some noises. Oh, occasionally. And to show my interest, I will even ask questions. What happened? How come? What happened next? Who's that person? And so on, yeah? That's how you make yourself visible. Okay, so the time now is 3:45, okay? 3:45, right? So we will take a break now. We will take a half-hour break until 4:15, right? So we break until 4:15 and we'll continue after that. So half an hour break, okay? Okay, so half an hour. So we break till 4:15 p.m. Okay, everybody. Get ready. When I count 1, 2, 3, I want everybody. Okay, when I count 1, 2, 3, I want everybody to shout, I want coffee. Okay, I want coffee. Okay, get ready. Switch on your microphone, please. Sumera. Okay, Siva, Mendes, Kyril, if you're still there. Okay, get ready when I count 1, 2, 3. Get ready. 1, 2, 3.
I want
coffee.
Okay. I'll see you at 4:15. Okay, take a good rest. I'll see you later. Yeah, okay, everybody. Welcome back. Is everyone in the room? Is everybody in the room? Okay, hi.
Yes, but why the sound is a little bit slow, like?
Hey, the sound is a little bit slow. I'm all right. I'm still speaking at the same volume I started this morning. Okay, Shahir, are you there? Flora?
Maybe I need to log out, log in again.
Can you try that? Okay, Shahir, Flora, Mendes. Okay, Siva Kumar. All right. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are down to our final hour. Okay, before we end the program, right? In this final hour, I would like to encourage all of you to ask questions related to your experience, issues, and problems connected to the topic today, which is communication and interpersonal skills. Yeah. So what are some of your issues and problems that you face in the office? Communication with your customers, communication with your vendors, communication with your staff, communication with your colleagues, communication with your bosses, management, and so on. You can even ask me questions related to communication with your family members. Okay. So this is a communication skills program. So what are some of the issues, problems, or do you just want to share your experience? It's up to you. Ada tak? I have a question for you if you don't. If you have to deliver a set of complex instructions, who do you deliver it to? How do you deliver it? Do you deliver orally or do you deliver in a written form? Yeah? How? Okay, if you have a complex set of instruction, so what is the best way to deliver? Do you deliver it orally or do you deliver it using a written form? You write down the instruction if it is complex. So which one? What do you think? What do you think is the right way for you to deliver a very complex set of instructions or process? Orally or written? Come on. Come on. I'm waiting. Waiting, guys. Waiting, guys. What do you think? How should we deliver that complex message? What do you think? Shahid, Flora, Mandy, Siva. What do you think? Come on, guys. How should we deliver a set of complicated and complex instruction? What is the most effective way? Orally or by writing?
Both.
Both? Okay. So if you have a set of complex instruction or a list of items to purchase, yeah, or a string of numbers, telephone numbers, and so on. So the best way for you to deliver this is by writing. Okay, not by orally. Yeah, difficult to remember. But if you deliver 3 steps, 5 steps, 7 steps using written form, then easy for it to be referenced. You don't have to remember. Okay, so complex means better to write instead of orally. The next thing is, if if you are attending a briefing, if you are attending a briefing, or if you are delivering a briefing, should you allow the audience to ask questions or not while you are delivering your briefing? What should they do?
Yeah, maybe I will give them maybe I have to stop and give them a way first.
Yes, you are correct, Siva. That's the best. If you are delivering a briefing and if there is a question, you should always allow the question. Okay, because if you tell them, okay, never mind, just wait. Okay, at the end of my 2-hour session, I will give you time for question and answer. Two things will happen. 2 hours later, okay, question time. There was a question just now. I'm sorry, forgot my question. Okay, or the second thing is, 2 hours later, okay, there was a question just now. Who was the person who asked question? Oh, gone home already. Okay, so that is why when there is a question, allow the questions and respond immediately whenever possible. As far as possible, respond immediately. Don't postpone it, keep it until the end of the session. Yeah, it may be too late. The question may be forgotten. Okay, and when you allow questions, you allow interactivity. When there is interactivity, there's more interest in the session. For example, today, yeah, it's good that there is some interactivity. At least there is some interactivity to make it more interesting. Otherwise, I'll be lecturing for 8 hours. It'll be so boring to you because there's no interaction. I'll be speaking alone. Yeah, and finally, yes, Siva.
No, the email raise பண்ணல, ஈடிக்கு raise பண்ணல. Reply வரல.
There was Siva speaking to his staff. Okay. And the final reason why you need to allow response is because when one person asks, probably there's 5 more people with the same question. So very good that one person has raised the question on behalf of the other 5. Yeah. So please allow the questions because they are important. If they are not important, people will not ask. People ask because those questions are important and they need more details or they need more clarification. All right. There's one more thing. Which is easier for you to deliver? A 20-minute briefing, non-stop, or question, answer, question, answer, question, answer? Which one is more? Which one is easier for you to deliver? Question and answer. Correct. So question, answer, question, answer. Otherwise, you have to speak for 20 minutes. You have to speak for 30 minutes. And there'll be time when there's nothing for you to say because you don't know what to say. Yeah. So easier for you to respond in the form of Q&A, 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 Q&A like that and continue. All right. So as far as possible, please allow your participants to ask questions as far as possible. Okay. Which one we get more information through the audio or through the visual channel? Which one is more important to us? Through which channel do we receive more information? Visual or audio? Yes, correct, Kyril. Yes, Siva?
Visual.
Visual, yes, because we are very visual people. We are very visual people. That's why we have traffic light. Because that's visual. Why do we have road signs? Why do we have signs? No smoking signs. Because we are very visual people. So we receive more information through the eyes instead of through the ears. Yeah, a study from the University of Cambridge in the 1920s has discovered that a typical human being receives 80% of information through the eyes, through the visual channel. So therefore, as far as possible, make your presentation, make your communication visually attractive as possible. As attractive as possible visually. Okay, if it is boring, then people will lose interest. That's why when you write a report, please include diagrams, please include photographs. Okay, if you prepare a manual, please include photographs and diagrams as well. Yeah, if you are presenting, so please make yourself visually attractive to the audience so that the audience will continue to look at you. If not, the audience will stop looking at you. Yeah. However, Siva and I have a problem when we present. Yeah. The problem is Siva and I cannot wear a short red skirt to get people's attention when we deliver our presentation. Am I right or am I wrong, Siva?
Yeah, correct, 100%.
Oh, I thought you can wear a short red skirt.
Can, but too sexy.
Okay, so because both of us cannot wear a short red skirt to get people's attention when we are presenting, so what else can we do? Our hand gestures. Hand gestures. So that's why if you have been observing me speak since morning, then you should realize that I use a lot of hand gestures when I speak. So I use a lot of hand gestures either when I am presenting or having a conversation. I will use a lot of gestures. So you should too, because when you use hand gestures, a lot of gestures, the audience will naturally look at you. You don't even have to raise your voice. This is enough to attract the audience's attention. Have you had the experience of eating at a mama restaurant? So you and your family or friends were seated at a mama restaurant at a table, and the table next door, someone is speaking with a lot of gestures. So what do you do?
Look at him.
Yeah. Why are you looking at him? He's not presenting to you.
Enjoying.
Because, yeah, enjoy, because you were attracted by the gestures, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
So if you want to make your presentation exciting and you want the audience to pay more attention to what you are saying and instructing, so please use a lot of gestures. So we cannot practice this because we don't have enough participants with camera, although we can practice this. So remember, just use your gestures when you're speaking or presenting, either online or in front of real audience. Yeah. Okay, so a few more things I would like to share with you. Okay. Do we always smile all the time? No. It depends on the content I've said earlier this morning, isn't it? So if it is a happy news that you're delivering, smile. If not happy, if there's a fatality, there's an accident, there are losses, there's termination, resignation, so that one, don't smile. Otherwise, happy news, bonus, increment, promotion, that one, please smile, yeah? Okay, so let us continue with the rest of the program. Yeah, getting along with a difficult boss. Getting along with a difficult boss. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you have a boss that is easy for you to get along with? Or do you have a boss that is very difficult for you to get along with? What's your response to this? Easy or difficult to get along with your boss?
Myself easy lah.
Yourself easy lah. You are the apple of your boss. What about the rest of you?
Not apple lah. Just we understand what he need lah.
Yes. Okay lah. But how do you get to understand that? By asking questions. Yeah, by giving feedback to your bosses and so on. Yeah. But what about the rest of you? Do you find it easy to get along with your bosses? For most people, they have a love and hate relationship with their bosses. Yeah. It's difficult to get along with bosses. And many people tell me, many of my participants tell me, it is extremely, it's not difficult, yeah? It is extremely difficult to get along with female bosses. Is that right or is that wrong? Is that right or is that wrong? Do you agree or you don't agree? Easy, yeah. So Sumera is your boss A guy or a woman? You have a lady boss or a man boss?
Man boss.
Man boss, of course. Then you say easy. What if you get a female boss, a lady boss? Would it be easy?
Not easy.
Not easy.
Yes.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because
Why?
Woman is woman. Maybe competitive.
Competitive. Women and women. Competitive.
No. Competition, right? And then a woman boss is not good compared to the guy.
Not good?
Yes, that's correct.
Teruk ni. You are putting down your female kind. Yeah. You're not supporting women in power. Okay.
Because this is my experience before. That's
Experience,
why.
Experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Many people. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, because I have a feel bad when I have a woman boss. And then woman boss is not supportive. It's not give motivation. Almost criticize and then
criticize.
Yeah, and not satisfied whatever we did, right?
Not satisfied.
Yeah.
Kesiannya.
That's why I go to Biocon. I'll resign there and then come to here.
So you took the ni macam tadi lah. You were stressful.
Yes.
So you resigned and you come over to Biocon. So now you're at Biocon. Okay. I was the prepaid marketing manager at Maxis, and my boss was a female boss. The marketing manager for Maxis was a lady boss at that time. Yeah, let me tell you, it was difficult. It was difficult, but I learned a lot. In fact, I have in all my years of employment, I've learned a lot more from the female boss than my male bosses. I didn't learn a lot from my male bosses. Okay, but I learned a lot from my female boss. I learned about paying attention to detail. I learned about grammar. I learned about writing. I learned about sentence construction. I learned a lot from my female boss, a lot more than my male bosses. Yeah.
Maybe different gender. That's why you have a
different gender.
The relationship, right? Chemistry.
But let me tell you, but it was difficult. I only realized I've learned a lot after I resigned as well.
Okay.
Looking back.
Because you are stressed and then you resign, or what is your
something like that lah. Also stress also lah. Yeah? But you see, the thing is, on hindsight, looking back when I recall, the things that I've learned from my male bosses and compared to the things I've learned from my female boss, I've learned a lot more from my female bosses. But it was stressful, and I can understand why it was very stressful. Yeah. So let me help you to understand the reasons why we are stressful with our bosses, regardless whether male or female, or more with female bosses. And then let's try to use our communication skills to diffuse this problem so that we can get along better and we can learn a lot more things, and we can have a good relationship with our bosses. So you need to understand, bosses are like family members. Yeah. Very often you cannot decide who your brothers, sisters, and who your mother is. But it's like bosses too. So very often you cannot decide, I want that boss, I want that boss. So if you happen to get that boss, no, that's your boss. If you happen to get that person as your boss, that's your boss. If you happen to get Siva as your boss, then Siva is your boss. So you cannot run away from this fact, Okay, in most cases, you cannot choose your bosses unless you resign and go and try in another company. But if you resign and you try and work for another company, you may get the shock of your life that the boss, that your new boss is even more terrible than your existing boss. Then what do? Allah, I wish I have not resigned. I wish I could have stayed with that company. I didn't resign because my boss now is a real monster compared to my earlier boss. It can happen that way. Or it can be, oh, thank you very much. I'm so very grateful. I made the right choice. I resigned because I have a better boss. Okay. So these are things that we cannot control. Yeah, but what we can control is our reaction to our bosses. We cannot control and change our bosses, but we can control the way we react to our bosses. And we need to learn how to manage our bosses, because if we are able to manage our bosses, then firstly, our performance will improve because we understand our bosses. Number two, yeah, our bosses will like us more than the other staff because everybody hates them except for you. So you are the outstanding one because you like them or you demonstrate that you like them. Whereas all the other staff in the department demonstrate their hatred for the boss. They don't like the boss. They avoid the boss. The boss eat alone in the cafeteria. When the boss enter the elevator, the lift, everybody comes out of the elevator. They don't want to be in the same lift as their boss. You see? So this is really terrible. Most bosses are very lonely. Do you agree with that? With this statement, bosses are often very lonely.
Yeah, often lah. But nowadays they already got click ready.
So bosses click with bosses, unless they are competitors. Unless they are competitors lah. Okay. Okay. So now, if you can overcome this problem, imagine that you have a difficult boss. Everyone don't want to be their friend, but you are their friend. Everyone avoid them during lunchtime. You have the courage to sit with your boss and have lunch with your boss. Everybody step out of the lift when the boss is in the lift, but you alone step into the lift to be with your boss. Okay, during the meeting, everyone avoid eye contact with the boss, avoid eye contact. But you alone look at the boss, give attention and nod and say, oh yes, boss, good boss, great idea, boss. So you will be outstanding because you're the only one supporting your boss and your boss will like you for that. Again, as I said, yeah, kaki kipas, yeah. But actually, they are good and better communicators. That's the real fact. Okay, so let us understand why bosses are difficult. Okay. So why are bosses difficult? So you must understand why bosses are difficult. So bosses are difficult for several reasons. So one reason is maybe because they are very neat and fastidious, yeah. So senang cakap bahasa Melayu, cerewet. Every single thing, every single mistake they'll point out to you. I don't like this. I don't like this font. I don't like this. I don't like how you write. I don't like this word. Your spelling is wrong. Your grammar is wrong. I don't like the way how you speak to your staff. I don't like how you are very easy with your staff. So, cerewet lah. Cerewet, yeah? So, actually, they are not being cerewet, yeah? Or picky, yeah? They are only being very neat. Okay? And they want you to follow the same level of neatness, cleanliness, okay, tidiness as how they have demonstrated. So they want you to follow. Yeah, they want you to follow. I remember my previous boss when I was at Maxis, she even told me that my desk is messy and I need to arrange my desk, the things on my desk. Okay, so what did I do? One, I can fight. Number two, I just agree and go along and tidy my desk. So what did I do? I chose the second one. Yeah, I accommodated her and I tidied my desk. My desk. So every day before I leave work, I tidy my desk. Every day when I start work, I will tidy my desk. At lunchtime, before I go for lunch, I'll tidy my desk. Otherwise, when she go out to lunch, she will cross my workstation and look at my desk. The messy, isn't it? So she will tell me after lunch, hey, your desk very messy. Go and tidy your desk. So as a result of that, I became a tidy person. Yeah, previously I was messy. My desk was always messy. I became a more tidy person. Yeah, previously I didn't check my spelling. I didn't pay attention to my spelling. I made a lot of mistakes. So when I write the report, she'll return the report with me with red circles. This wrong, this wrong, this wrong, that wrong, that wrong. Sometimes to correct 7 times. Okay, just to correct those mistakes. And I thought, alah, cerewet betul lah. But I played along with her. I accommodated her. And I paid more attention to my spelling. And today, I write with very few spelling mistakes because I've learned. Okay, so you need to understand. The one that you say cerewet, ini tak betul, itu tak betul, actually they are neat and fastidious. So if you follow their method, you will become a more tidy person too in your life. Okay, the next one is answerable. So your boss will ask you a lot of questions. Why do you do this? Why do you allow that to happen? Why this happened? Didn't you know a better way to do this? All right. So actually, they are teaching you, if you follow, they're teaching you to be more responsible over your work. Okay? So that you have all these answers. I choose A. You better know why you choose A, because why did you choose A? I choose to buy equipment Z. Okay, why did you choose equipment Z? See? Yeah. Okay, and then the other thing is, maybe your boss is difficult because they have very high standard. Very high standard in performance, very high standard in quality, very high standard in cleanliness, very high standard in presenting, in speaking, in communicating, in everything. Very high standard. So what do? You can fight, or you can agree to conform to the higher standard. So if you conform to the higher standard, naturally you will become a better executive and you are ready for a higher management position. So just follow the flow. Understand what are the standards of your boss. So if your boss standard is, for example, when you write a report, you must use the same font, same size from start until the end. So that's a high standard to him or to her. So conform. So make sure that your font is the same. Your size is the same from start until the end. Don't keep on changing Times New Roman, Arial, Times New Roman, Arial, Arial, Times New Roman, Times New Roman, Arial, Times New Roman. Okay, because your boss has that high standard. If your boss does not have that high standard, tidak apa itu, okay, never mind lah, it doesn't matter. He wouldn't even see the difference. But a good boss, a difficult boss will teach you about conforming to high standards. And is it a good thing? Yeah, it's good training for you. It's good training for you. Okay? So if you are annoyed with your boss for constantly making the same, for pointing out the same mistake over and over again, then you must understand your boss's preference. For example, you write a report using Arial. Then your boss tells you, please write your report using Times New Roman. The next report you forget, and you use Arial again. Then your boss tells you, I told you already, please use Times New Roman font when you write a report. Then the third time you forget again. Then your boss will tell you, how many times must I tell you? When you write a report, you must use Times New Roman. You go and do the wrong thing again the fourth time, the fifth time. Then your boss will start shouting at you. I told you already. Times New Roman, stupid. Oh, okay, then it gets the shouting match. Stupid lah, bangang lah, bodoh lah, all those kind of things will come out already because your boss is upset to you. So you say, I don't understand my boss. Difficult working my boss. Difficult working my boss. Yeah, then you tell your friends during lunchtime, you tell your friends in the pantry, you tell your friends under the staircase. Everybody knows that you're having a problem with your boss. But actually, it's a simple thing. So your boss has a preference. So he or she loves to use Times New Roman when writing reports. So please remember, when you write a report, always use Times New Roman. See? So if you understand your boss's preference, then you have no problem getting along with your boss. You only get into a problem if you don't understand your boss's preference. If you don't understand your boss's preference, you always get into a problem because you don't know what the expectation is. You don't know what your boss is like. You don't know what he wants, she wants. Then you'll be arguing with your boss over and over again. And your boss will not like you. You will not like your boss. In the end, what happens? It becomes too stressful. The relationship in the office becomes very toxic. So either you resign or you be terminated. So very often you say, okay, I resign. Okay, but it does not have to come to that. Okay, you don't have to resign. All you need to do is to understand the preference of your boss. That's all. Understand the preference. Font size, font type, margin, timing, deadlines, punctuality, attire, neatness, everything. Everything. So whenever your boss tells you and corrects you, try to remember and don't repeat the same mistake again. If it is a second time, write it down. Don't forget. That's how you get along with difficult bosses. Okay? And then most importantly, when you become your own boss, be like the boss that you don't like. Yeah. Be like the boss that you don't like. Because the boss that you don't like normally have higher standards than you. So be like him or be like her. Okay? So that is my advice to you. Okay, so what about your experience? Which one do you learn a lot more from? The easy boss or the difficult boss? Come on. See, Mandy said difficult boss, yeah?
Probably easy boss. If difficult to learn from.
For difficult to learn. Who said that?
Yes.
Who said that? Sumera?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So you
and
learn from.
Sometimes we will feel demoralized.
Okay. Demoralized. Okay. I take that. I take note of that. Yeah. I take note of that. But in most people's experience, they learn a lot more from the difficult boss than the easy boss. Because most easy bosses have that don't care attitude, tidak apa attitude, tidak apa. Okay? It's just like parents lah, yeah. Do you learn a lot more from a difficult parent or you learn a lot more from an easygoing parent? So very often they say they learn a lot more from a more difficult parent than an easygoing parent. Tidak apa, tidak mengapa, tak kisah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Correct, Karen? What about the rest of you? What about Siva?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You learn a lot more from a difficult boss or an easygoing boss?
Difficult boss because it's a challenging.
Higher standard lah normally, isn't it?
Yes, challenger. Previously, I got one lady boss, most toughest in my life.
Oh, lady boss. Okay, what happened?
Because she sleep in the company 24 hours. So I need to
lives in the company. She never goes home. My God.
Is a single lady, ma.
Yeah. Okay.
So you understand, lah.
Then you didn't marry the lady boss.
I cannot. She's older than me 20 years.
Okay, Siva. Okay, what did you learn from your lady boss?
Okay, 15. First is punctuality.
Punctuality. She's never late because she sleeps in the office.
Yeah, she's very punctual. And second, whatever item she give, just say she always give a timeline and deadline. She give up, not I give,
She gives.
She give. So her timeline, 24 hours, I want to see the item here. So we must be there within 24 hours.
So you can learn two things. So punctuality is important. So I'm sure now as a boss, you also demand punctuality from your staff, isn't it?
Not yet, but we have to.
you should, isn't it? You should, right? You should, eh?
Yes.
The other thing, the second thing just now you said deadline, isn't it?
Yes.
So every work that you allocate to your staff, you must tell them the deadline. So don't give, I want this report.
No.
So you must say deadline, I want this report on Thursday.
Yes.
Otherwise, they will give the report next year, 2023. Yeah?
Yes. And my lady was very fast one. Within 24 hours must in the table one.
Okay, so that means he wants you to do things fast.
Yes.
Yeah, you want you to be a very to do your task quickly, isn't it? Don't waste time, yeah? Don't be a time waster. Yeah.
Yes.
What other things did you learn from your lady boss?
One of the most toughest one, tahan maki.
Who? Your female boss maki you.
Hey, you don't see, But the way she's called very polite one, but really hurt your heart one.
Really hurt, yeah? Okay.
Very polite, but it will really hurt your heart one.
My female boss always tell me, Azmi, I know you studied in London. So when she said that, I know something is wrong. she tells me that, Azmi, I know you studied in London. I didn't study in London. Wow, then I know. Then she must be I must have done something wrong, and she's starting her verbal abuse. Okay, actually not verbal abuse lah. It's just advice lah. Yeah. Okay. She'll tell me what I've done wrong, and how many times I've done it wrong, and why I should pay more attention to it, and so on. Yeah. But if you take it in a positive light, all this, yeah. If you see it positively, then you see the positivity of it. If you look at it negatively, you see the negativity of it. Yeah. Yeah. Always look on the brighter side of life. There's always positive things that you can learn from difficult bosses. Okay. And parents as well. Right. Of course, if it becomes too stressful for you, too stressful until you cannot perform, like Sumera, too stressful until you develop a fear to go to the office, too stressful until when every morning you wake up, lama, another working day, I wish I'm dead, I don't have to go to the office. So if you start saying these things, then there's nothing else for you to do other than tender your resignation and try your luck in a different organization, in a different company. Try your luck lah, because you cannot stand it so much already. If you continue to stay, you may die, or you may kill your boss, or your boss may kill you, whichever happens first. So if that comes, if that happens to you, then I suggest that you go and take your opportunity elsewhere. The world is your oyster. If you are good, you are good. There are many companies out there who will want to, who will demand for your skills, who will want to employ you and use your skills. Okay, so not to worry. But as far as possible, for the sake of your survivability in an organization, get along with your bosses. That's my advice. Yeah. If you don't want to try elsewhere, you don't have the courage to try your luck outside the organization, takut tak ada kerja dan sebagainya, then as far as possible, get along with your bosses. Don't fight your boss. Yeah, when you fight your boss, you will only lose. Betul ke tidak, Siva? Betul tak, Siva? You cannot win if you
Betul,
fight your
betul.
boss.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, you cannot win. So get along with your boss. Understand what are the preferences, what are the reasons, what is the method, what is the style. Understand. How do you understand? Use your communication skill. Use your communication skill. Boss, I don't understand. What is your, what font actually do you want me to use? Ask. Boss, I don't understand. Actually, do you want me to deliver this report on Monday or Tuesday every week? Ask. Then your boss will tell you, right? Yeah. So also use your communication skills to win over your boss's heart. How? By showing to your boss that you are paying attention to him or her. Pay attention. Maybe Siva, your lady boss, yeah, was lonely. So if maybe Siva did that actually, so Siva
Yes.
paid attention to her. Yes, boss. Yes,
Yes, yes,
boss. Very good, boss. I
yes, yes,
follow,
boss.
boss.
Yes, yes.
See, then the boss likes him. I think that's what Siva did. Siva didn't fight the boss.
Kena kipas sikit.
Betul, betul, betul. Yeah. So get on your boss's good side. If you get on your boss's good side, your boss will tone down a bit lah, to give you special a bit lah, okay? So she will not be angry all the time compared to other staff, for example. Sometimes she will also close one eye because after all, we are only human lah. Sometimes also she may also close one eye, give you an advantage. Maybe maybe, yeah. But why? Because you are a good communicator, and with your good communication skills, you are able to win over your boss to be on your side. Okay? So that's how you tackle the issue of your bosses. Okay, so let's go to another one. Another topic here. Okay? And take the positivity of your bosses and follow their example. Throw away the negativity and don't follow the bad examples. So follow the good examples, don't follow the bad examples when you become your own boss. Okay? When you become your own boss. Right. So the next thing is working with difficult colleagues. So we work in an organization, we depend on each other. Yeah, we depend on each other. Yeah, for example, warehousing will depend on logistics. Logistics will depend on procurement and so on. Yeah. So these are all our colleagues, different department, but colleagues, and we need to work together, right? However, sometimes it's very difficult to work together. We have issues, we have problems, and all sorts of things, yeah, when we are with our colleagues. And it's difficult to instruct them. Why? Because they are same level. So like if you are the boss, you can give instruction to your staff. If you don't follow my instruction, then you can threaten them. But if you are working with colleague, associate with another associate, deputy manager with another deputy manager, so you are the same level, so you cannot give instruction, but you need to get along. Okay, how do you get along with them? Okay, firstly, whether you like it or not, you have no choice, just like your bosses. Whether you like them or not, you have no choice other than to work with them. Yeah, just like your siblings too, your brother, your sister, and your mother, your father, you have no choice. You have to work with them. So understand this. So now, if you understand that you have to work with them, you have two choices. Yeah, two choices. One, you can have a good relationship with them, or number two, you have a negative relationship with them. Negative relationship means you argue all the time, you fight all the time, you delay, you are annoyed, you don't do their work, you put their work to one side, you do their work later. So these are some things that you can do to your colleagues if you don't like your colleagues. If you like your colleagues, then you will do their work faster, You give preference to them, you give priority to them, this and that, yeah, all these special advantages. Okay, now remember, you cannot choose who your colleagues are. You can choose your organization if you have the courage to resign and go and work in another company. But working for another company is another risk, because you don't know who will be sitting next to you, whether that person will be a nice person or a nasty person. You don't know who your bosses are too. So it's a gamble that you take. Yeah. So if you don't like to play with the risk or to take a gamble, so what can you do? So what you can do is you can decide to have a better relationship with your colleagues and to work with them regardless whether they are nice to you. So be professional. So how to be professional? Yeah, put away the emotions. There's a job to be done and do it. So whether, for example, your colleague is nice to you or nasty to you, when they ask you or they demand or they depend on you to do some work, so if I ask you to do some work, please deliver the work. Okay? Please understand their requirements. If they don't tell you the deadline, ask them, when is the deadline? Yeah, if you don't understand the expectation, ask them, what do you expect to be included in the report? If you don't understand the order for the equipment, the specification, ask them for the specification. Okay? So be professional and work with them. Don't fight them. You have no choice. Because if you are nasty to them, they can in turn be nasty to you too. But very often, if one person is nasty, your colleague is nasty and you're nice to them, over time, they will change and they will be more friendlier to you. Okay? So this is my advice to you. You can also use the Goring Pisang method. Do you know what the Goring Pisang method is? To win over your colleague. Do you know what the Goring Pisang method is? The Goring Pisang method is, for example, during tea time, if you go out to have tea, buy some Goring Pisang and bring them back to the office and share your Goring Pisang with your colleague. Or for breakfast, if you buy a packet of nasi lemak for yourself for breakfast, then my suggestion is buy a few more packets of nasi lemak and share them with your colleagues. If you go on a vacation, remember them. Go and buy fridge magnets, go and buy t-shirt, keychains, yeah, some souvenir, and give it to them. Okay? It's a thought that counts, not the value. Right? It's a thought that counts. Never mind, it's just a cheap RM1 keychain. Just buy. Okay? Don't worry. Don't worry if they throw it away immediately. Don't worry. Yeah, at least you have given them something. Okay? All right, so this is what we call the Goring Pisang method. So use something which is very cheap to win over your colleagues. Okay, so if you continue to do this over time, then God willing, inshallah, yeah, your colleagues will have a better relationship with you. They will like you better. So if earlier they are very negative, very sarcastic, very against you, so if you continue to buy things for them, buy some nasi lemak, buy some cake, buy some fruits, buy some Goring Pisang, so over time, they will like you better. And then you have a better relationship with your colleagues. So that's my suggestion to you. Okay? And most importantly, remember, before others are willing to help you, you first must be willing to help others. Yeah, your colleague. Before you expect your colleague to help you, So you first should help your colleague. So for example, if you have work to do, if you suddenly have a report to write, it's already 5 o'clock, you have to go home, you cannot write the report. Your boss wants it at 6 o'clock, but you cannot stay back to complete the report because you have to fetch your son, you have to fetch your wife, and so on. So you can call upon your friend. Hey, Sama, can you please help me to complete this report? I have to go, I cannot wait. Our boss wants it at 6 o'clock. Okay, so if you have helped Salma in the past, very likely when you ask Salma this time, Salma will say, okay lah, you'll be very helpful to me, I'll do this for you. Okay, but if you have never helped your colleague, you never helped Salma, okay, in the past when Salma asks you for help, you say, oh, sorry, no time. Oh, sorry, not my job. Oh, sorry, I cannot do this. Oh, sorry, I don't know how to do it. Oh, sorry, this is not my responsibility. So if you often say that to Salma when she asks for help, when you ask Salma for help, what will she likely say? What will Salma likely tell you? I'm sorry, I'm busy. I cannot help. See? Why? Because you have never helped her. So before you need help, go and help others. Because one day you will need their help. And when you ask them for help, they will certainly help you if they remember that you have helped them many times in the past. So be very helpful in the office. Help around. Yeah, don't be, how shall I put it? Yeah, don't be stingy with your time, with your money, with your effort. Okay, be helpful and they will be helpful to you in turn. Right? So help others before others will help you. Okay, and then how do you start trusting your colleague? So this is also important in the office to start trusting your colleague. How do you trust your colleague? Okay, you start developing trust with your colleagues when you start praising them, when giving any feedback. All right, the problem with many of us, when we give any feedback, we never include any praises. We straight away tell them, hey, I don't like your report. Hey, your report is not complete. So many people, when you use this sentence, they will feel that it is a negative attack on their personality or individuality, and they don't like that. Ini apa ni, pandai-pandai je kutuk orang. Okay, so how to improve this? By using the burger technique when you are giving feedback. What is the burger technique? So you start with the praise, then you give your suggestion, and you praise again. So praise, suggest, and praise. Okay? For example, instead of saying, I don't like your report has many mistakes. So instead of saying this, you can say, Siva, I like reading your report. It is full of information, useful information. That is a praise, yeah? I repeat, yeah? Siva, I like your report because it is full of useful information. However, lately, your report contains too many spelling mistakes. Look at this report. I've circled the mistakes for you. Look at this report. I suggest that you check your spelling before you before you submit your report. Okay. I suggest you check your spelling before you submit your report. If you need any assistance, if you are not sure of the spelling of any word, you can come to me and I will show you the correct spelling of those words. So you're willing to help. Bukan cakap, a lot of mistake lah. I'm willing to help you. Come to me if you don't know whether the spelling is correct or wrong. See? Bukan cakap saja pandai. Cakap dan juga boleh tunjuk, boleh ajar. Then the second praise, the final praise, yeah, you are a very good deputy manager, Siva. If you learn to write better reports, I'm sure our bosses will like you even more and may consider you for another promotion. For another praise.
Oh,
another praise, kan? So praise, suggestion, praise. Bukan negative criticism. Tak bagus lah. Banyak salah lah. Teruk lah. Kan? So that one is negative criticism. When you give negative criticism, people don't want to hear. So if, for example, Siva, you don't use this technique, you always criticize. Azmi, teruk lah. Azmi, bad lah. Azmi, report. Banyak spelling mistake lah. So when you come, Azmi, I don't want to hear. Siva, thank you very much. I don't want to hear. Why? Because every time you give me feedback, it hurts me. It hurts me. Okay, but if you use this technique, the burger technique, praise, puji, suggest, boleh tolong, suggest, puji lagi. Then you say, Siva, Azmi, I want to give you feedback. I want to show you something. Okay, yes. Tell me now. I want to hear. Why? Because I like your feedback. Why? Because very helpful. Why? Because the last time I followed your feedback, I get very good results. Okay? I'm not hurt. I like. So I want you to give feedback. Okay? So people are more open to receiving feedback, and you also can give useful feedback that people can use to improve their performance. So this is another difference between the European, the Americans, and the Asian. Asian like to criticize. Lousy, not nice, not delicious. Okay? Tak sedap, tak bagus. Not good. Tapi apa tak bagus, apa yang they don't tell you. They don't tell you how to improve. They never praise. But Mak Saleh different. That's why Mak Saleh have a very open organization. You can give feedback to the boss can give feedback to you, you can give feedback to your colleagues can give feedback to you. In Asian country, if the boss give feedback means negative, die. If you want to give feedback to your boss say, hey, who are you? You want to give feedback to me? Who are you? So the question, your credibility, they don't want to hear. So that's why the Western civilization and organizations are more advanced compared to us. So we are very behind. Yeah, we are very behind because of this. All right. So use your communication skills to give feedback. Okay. Praise, suggest, praise. Allow your staff also to ask questions when you are giving suggestion. Actually, how to do this, boss? Thank you for telling me I made this mistake. Can you show me how to do this? Oh, yes, let me show you. Don't say, thank you for showing my mistake, boss. Can you please tell me how to improve? Go and learn yourself lah. Or, why you ask me? Go and ask your teacher lah. Your lecturer didn't teach you? Right? You mean your former boss didn't teach you? Right. So this is very negative. Yeah. So when you point out any mistake, be ready to teach. When you point out a mistake, be ready to teach. Yeah. Understand this? Don't just point out a mistake without teaching. Okay. Any question? So we are already at the end of the program. It's already 5:50. Any question?
Not yet. Good.
Not
Everything.
yet. Okay. I hope you have learned a lot, lah. Yeah? I'm very sorry. It would have been more effective if we can have a better two-way communication.
Yeah, classroom.
During this program. Okay. So what I will need from you now is, before we end this program today, I will be grateful if you can please do the pre-test. I've given you the QR code. I will put the link in the chat box. Where is the chat box? Sorry. Okay. I put the link here. So you can click on the link in the chat box. You can also go and use a QR code. Okay, you can also type in your browser. Yeah, bit.ly/com/m/or-test. Okay, do the test now. I'll be waiting for your score. Okay, please do the score now. Please do the test now. Okay, guys, after you have completed the test, please also do the evaluation. So I've also given the evaluation link in the chat box. Yeah. So there's a link for evaluation. Evaluation. Okay, so after you have completed, please do the evaluation. I've given the link for the evaluation in the chat box. So you just click on the link, yeah? So let's see how you have done in the post-test after spending a whole day with me. So let's see. Wow, Kyril. Well done, Kyril. 17 out of 20. So well done. Congratulations. 17 out of 20. Okay, well done. 17 out of 20.
Finally.
Yeah, you've done very well.
Bro.
Apa dia? Okay. Okay, here's the first one. 17 out of 20. Big improvement from 13. 13 to 17. Okay, well done. Hannah. Hannah Sanya. Okay, well done. 13 out of 20. Don't worry, the biggest room in the world is a room for improvement. Okay, still waiting for... Okay, Karel and Hannah, if you have completed, please do the evaluation. Dalam chat box ada link dia. Just click on the link. Well done, 13 out of 20. Highest score so far, 17. Khairil. Yeah, Siva Kumar.
Yeah,
14. Only one improvement. Well done. Okay. It's okay, it's okay. Practical skill is more important than theoretical skill, so don't worry. Yeah. Practical skills, you have a lot. Well done, 14. Please do the evaluation, please. Sumera, well done. You attended half of the program in Unit 11. Mandis, well done, Mandis. 19, almost perfect score. Well done, congratulations.
Great.
Yeah, Mandy, 19 out of 20. Let's see. What about the rest of you? Okay, if you have completed, please do the post test. Please do the evaluation, yeah? We've given the evaluation form in the chat box. Just click on the link.
Cantik-cantik ya, bukan bawa balik rumah.
19. Can anyone do better than Mandis? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, itu you mola.
Okay, what about the rest of you? What about the rest of you? Come on. Or is that all? Sumera, okay. Okay, looks like that's all. Yeah. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce the best student for this training course in communication and interpersonal skills is Mandy Stan. 19 out of 20. Everybody, please give her a big round of applause. The ball.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, Mandy. Well done. Congratulations. Okay, everybody, please do the evaluation. Please do the evaluation. Congratulations, Mandis. You're very good. I'm impressed. Okay. Okay, before we say goodbye, I will be grateful if you have the camera, switch on the camera so that we can have a photograph. Yeah, a photograph session, a graduation. Yeah, Mr. Zima Kumar. Nanti balik, Ipo, call me. We go and have nasi ganja. Okay, evaluation. Okay, evaluation code, QR code. Okay, hang on, yeah. Hang on, where is it? It is in the chat box. But if you want the evaluation code, hang on, yeah. Let me give it to you. Hang on, yeah. Okay, let me give you the evaluation code. Okay, so this is the evaluation code, yeah. And this. Okay, got it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so let's have a group photograph. Okay, everybody. Hey, Khairil, ambil gambar, Khairil. Okay. Okay, Mandy, ambil gambar. Smile. Be happy. Be positive. Okay, when I call 1, 2, 3, I want everybody to pose. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are already at the end of the program. With the power vested in me by Griffin Solution as well as Bionic, I'm very pleased to announce that all participants have successfully attended this program. Yay! Yay! Okay. So thank you very much for your time. Keep safe, everybody. God willing, inshallah, we'll meet again another place, another time. And I would like to remind you that you need to remember and practice the things that I've shared with you in this one-day program so that it becomes useful for you and your organization. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Siva. Bye, everybody. Bye, Flora. Bye, Flora. Bye, Sumira. Bye, Mandis. Flora. Bye, Hannah. Bye, Kyrie. Bye-bye. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Siva.
Bye, sir.
Okay, don't forget, if you meet me in Nasi Kanja, let me know.
You know.
I will buy you lunch. Okay, bye.
Okay, sir. Bye, Mr. Azmi.
Okay, bye.
Bye.